Welcome back to the See What You Started YouTube channel. Today, we got an exciting video for you. I know I say that every time, but this time we are going to mock up the engine inside the truck. Now, I've already had the engine on the frame, so I know it fits, but I've never had it with the transmission. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to mock up a transmission mount. So, here's what we're doing. We're kind of jumping the gun a little bit because I finally got a 4L60E transmission, but it needs to be rebuilt, so it's not a good one. So we need to see where everything's situated in the truck so we could put the transmission mount in, but more importantly, we need the drive shaft cut, and they said that that's a few week turnaround. So as you guys know, I've said it in every video, I'd like to be driving this truck by Christmas. And by what I mean by driving, I just mean it to move under its own power. I'm not expecting to take a road trip by Christmas, but I would like to get in it, physically move it forward, backward, maybe around the block, stopping under its own power by Christmas. Personal goal. But to do that, to even make that somewhat possible, I got to get a drive shaft made. And in order to do that, I got to put all this in so I can measure to see how long the drive shaft is. So, what we know so far is we got the engine to run in a previous video. Transmission, we know that it was a core. I bought it as a core. They said that it lost all gears, so it was like all in neutral. I suspect a pump, but we're going to rebuild it. I've never rebuilt a transmission, any transmission for that matter, but we're going to learn on this one, and we're just going to keep trying until we get it right. So, it's the only way I know how to learn. So, as of right now, we gotta take the motor mount bolts out. Let's see what else is in our way. I might move that steering shaft because that's just sitting in there. But other than that, I think we're pretty good to try to set it into place. In the last video, I put on the running boards and I welded the mounts in place, not thinking about it. The old transmission cross member here was bolted on, so now I welded in place where I can't unbolt it. So I had to cut it, and I'll adjust that, and I'll figure it out later. But as of right now, we're going to try to mock this thing up and get everything to fit. Okay, we're stuck for sure. So I used a floor jack, took off the front body mounts, jacked her up to give us more clearance. So I'm not going to be able to do it this way without trimming. And that was part of this. We need to know how much of the floor and cowl I'm going to have to trim up to get this in. So we're wedged in there pretty good. So I think I got 4 inches of clearance now, or 4 inches more. Little ghetto, little hillbilly, but that's how I roll, you know what I'm saying? So, let's see if I can get it in. That's what she said. All right, so I got a little bit more clearance. Let's see if I can't do something. I just need it in about 3 inches, which that might have just got it right there. Okay. Nope. I need it on this side now. Oh, I'm bending that mount. That ain't good. Okay. Ah, dang. Now I need to get a hammer and bend that body mount back out. Of course, had to get the smallest hammer I got. Okay. Try this again. Let's see what that did. Oh yeah, we got her now. Okay. So now I'm gonna have to get my other jack and jack up the back of the transmission so I can tip her back out. Okay, we lifted up the back of the transmission. Sorry, I thought the camera was going, but it was not. Okay, uh-oh. Now we're wedged in there. Okay, what are we wedged on? Oh boy. That bent motor mount is getting me. Nope, I need to jack that back up. Okay. I don't want it to fall on me. Okay, I'm close. Okay, we're cleared now. Okay, we're not cleared on that side now. Oh, this is nerve-wracking. Okay, where are we pinched? We're definitely pinched somewhere. Maybe if I lower the transmission just a skosh. Nope. See, I can tell you right now we already got an issue because well here, I'll just come get you and show you. Okay, we have the transmission jacked up, 4 inches or so, or I mean the body, I'm sorry. And my motor mounts are on and the transmission is hitting the firewall. So I'm gonna have to cut out a lot of the inside of the firewall. So that's not really what I wanted, because we're hitting up there at the top, and then look how much I've lifted the body off. So, and there's our mount. So we're not going all the way on. We're close, but we're not all the way on. So we're gonna have to do some measuring. I'm gonna take this all the way out again, and we're gonna cut. Well, we got her in, we got the floorboard trimmed, but she ain't pretty. Let me show you. So, like everything, I fought it. And like everything that I build, I did it wrong. So, that's at level, and it's still got to come down just a little, but see what I did there? I just kind of trimmed it out. So I'm gonna have to bump up the floor a little. Now, I know that's not the proper way to do it, but I didn't take the engine out to do it, so I didn't want to cut any of the wiring, which I did nick some wiring. I was mad. There was some choice words. You get the idea. I didn't film that part. I did film it, but I'm not going to show it because I was crying like a baby. But that's the end result for now. Temporary solution to a bigger problem. But yeah, so we're still going to struggle and get her all the way in. Somehow or another, I lost my motor mount nut that I got the bolt through, but the nut was sitting right there on the tire, and now I can't find it, so I gotta find that. But it's like 100 degrees here still, probably like 89 actually, but it's hot in this garage, so I'm gonna go get a cold snack and some water probably, and yeah, we'll get right back to it. But so far we're looking gooderish. Okay, we are now under the truck dealing with this transmission mount because I want to get the mount done, therefore we can okay, this thing's gonna be difficult. Keep shutting off on me. I'm getting tired of GoPros. Anyway, as I was saying, I am under the truck now. We're gonna figure out this. Okay, for the last time, because it keeps shutting off, I'm under the truck, and it's a pain in the butt to get in and out of here, so I hope it doesn't go dead again. Otherwise, I'm gonna do it, and then I'll tell you about it. But I'm trying to figure out the trans mounting system, and I got this janky kit that I bought off the internet. I'm not gonna say the guy's name, but alrighty, well, we're under the truck. Had to crawl back out to get a battery because, you know, this stupid thing keeps dying. So, okay, boy, this angle's not very flattering for a fat guy. Alright, so what we're doing is we got these transmission mounts. It's a kit that I bought, and I shouldn't have done it, but essentially, this is what it looks like. It is janky at best. A lot of pieces because it's universal. It don't really make sense, but we're gonna do the best we can with it. So with all that being said, I'm gonna tack weld the brackets into place, and just so we can mock up this transmission mount, because the transmission's got to come back out. Real purpose was I had to measure this drive shaft, and I kept telling you guys we had to shrink it. That was way off. I don't know why I kept saying that. You actually have to stretch it 1 3/4 inches. So whichever way, I'll show you that in a second. And then let's knock out these trans brackets real quick. All right, I can give you guys a better view from down here before this GoPro shuts off again. But essentially, I know it's tight and it's hard to see, but this is the transmission tail shaft. This is the drive shaft, and this little gap this is where it normally rides, right in here. So I need to extend the drive shaft. I don't know if you can read that, but 1 3/4 inches, not quite 2 inches. 1 3/4 inches would be fine, and that would put me in between these two right here. So that way the field of travel, when you hit a bump, it could go in a little bit. So 1 3/4 inches, we'd be perfect. And as far as these universal brackets, they are absolute garbage, and we're not going to use them. So for the trans mount, it's super tight quarters under here. We're not going to use those at all. I'm going to build my own. This is absolute garbage. I fiddled around with it. The bolts definitely don't work because then they stick too far away from the frame. And the frame goes from wide to narrow up there where it needs to be. So like you're just tacking it all in, and at least now I got the basic shape. I'll pull it all out of there, and then I'll build something else, because like I said, that's embarrassing. Okay, well, I'm about to start doing things with just my phone, because every time I get the GoPro set up, it's saying dead battery, even though the little screen up here is saying full battery. I don't know. I just switched the battery yet again, so I don't know. Now it's going to work perfect because I'm not underneath the truck. But essentially, I'm not happy with the universal kit. With most universal kits, they're usually junk. So, I mean, it's still sitting on the blocks, but it's under there. Everything's kind of tacked up, mocked up, and then I'll remove the transmission and the motor, and then we can start rebuilding it. But before I get to that, we're gonna pull this thing out again. But before I get to it, I wanna, since the motor's in and everything's set up, the next hurdle is steering column. So I might as well kind of, man, I got slivers? Anyway, I might as well measure that up and see where I'm looking with that, because I don't know. I'm really regretting doing any of this. I should have I should have just kept the original frame, because the S10 frame is not the hype that everybody said it was. So let's go look into the steering column and see what we got to do for that. Okay, here's the steering situation. This is just the stock S10 one, steering column. I'm not sure I'm even going to use that, but it's what I got. I cut that one, so that one's a no-go. I don't know. Like I said, it doesn't have tilt, so I don't know if I like it because I don't even have a seat. I'll have no adjustability to maneuver it if it's not right. You know what I mean? Because I don't have a seat, so we got to figure that out. And just by looking at it, it don't look right. It looks goofy, so. But anyway, here's what we're dealing with on the front, which we are like super tight. There is no room. You know, a couple inches shy, which is fine, but it's pretty close to that manifold. I don't know if it'll hit yet, but I mean, we're gonna go headers. So, and that's gonna be interesting. The manifold against the frame. So I think what I need to do for the mock-up purpose, I need to take that manifold off and see what the header's looking like, and then I suppose we can go from there. Because I think this is gonna be probably the biggest hurdle. I understand you can get U-joints and elbows and all that, and I think we're gonna have to, but I was trying to be cheap and trying to use what I got, but I don't think what I got's gonna be able to be used. So let's see if we can't take this header or manifold off and put a header on, see what our clearance is. Okay, everybody knows with manifolds it could go one of two ways. It could go great, or it could be a pain in the hiney. So I'm hoping for it'll go great. I'm gonna use a light impact, so it won't be like full-on huge impact. Let's see what happens. I mean, I don't know. I'll feather the trigger, you know what I mean? We'll see. I've had good luck with using the impact. I know it's frowned upon. Everybody says do it by hand, but I don't know. The instant, I don't know. I think the impact's the way to go. Let's see. Okay, got one. These should be pretty easy. They're red, so somebody's already taken them off because they ain't stock. Two, three. I don't know why I'm counting them. Okay, well, so far so good. Come on, baby. Oh yeah. Okay, there's one. Oh man, two. Come on, baby. Three. Oh my gosh. Come on. Oh, that one didn't really like it, but it came out. Oh, come on, baby. Come on. Oh, yes. Yes. That was excellent. You know as well as I know, that could have went the other way. Gaskets. I am so happy about that. Okay. That makes me really happy. Let's go get a header and see what it looks like. Okay, so before everybody starts asking, yes, I do have new gaskets and new bolts, but I'm not going to use them yet because this is just for mock-up purpose. I'm going to use the old bolts. Just going to throw a couple in real quick. Just to see what we're dealing with. And yes, if anybody was wondering, these are just cheapies from Amazon. I'm not saying that's the way you should do it, but it is what it is at this point. Okay. I kind of think the headers are going to help us. Okay, we're not gonna go crazy. Oh, that's further than I wanted to go. Okay. Okay, all right. Well, I'm not gonna press my luck. Boy, that looks good actually. Okay, so let's see. No, header's gonna hurt me. Damn. Helps me on the exhaust side, hurts me right there. Okay, no clue what I'm gonna do for steering. Definitely gonna have to do like the universal U-joint things. Dang it. Wasn't really wanting to do that. So I was pretty excited that the other manifold bolts come out like super easy. So I was just wanting to look at this side. We're gonna be in trouble on this side, I'm just saying. So they're a lot more rusty, but if you see right there, it's busted. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then that one's missing. So that's terrifying. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna mess with that one quite yet. Although I could see a little bit of thread action there. But why would the bolt be gone? But the manifold's straight busted right there, cracked right here if you could see it. Dang, I can't seem to get it to focus. But anyway, you get the idea. We're gonna be in trouble, I think, on this side, but whatever, we'll deal with it. Motor's got to come out one last time anyway, so we'll deal with it then. Okay, I changed my mind. I was looking around at the motor mounts, and I actually think I can angle, because everything's adjustable on this stupid kit. So I can adjust the engine where I think I can angle it towards the passenger a little bit, so I can leave the driver's where it is, angle the passenger where it is a little bit up. And I think I need to anyway, because if you look at the gap right here, I know it's hard to see, but I can't even put a finger in between the valve cover and the firewall, where this side I can get almost 2 fingers, but 1 finger for sure. So I think if I move the other side up, I think it would rotate it this way, give me a little clearance right here, or make it worse. I'm not sure, but let's try to take this manifold off. I'm really nervous on this one. I'm gonna do the same method. Grip it and rip it. Okay, here goes nothing. Come on, baby. Be good to me. Oh yeah, that one come out. Oh shoot, thank you. Thank you, nothing there. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. So far, so good. Great. That's freaking amazing. You guys don't even understand how happy that makes me. Okay. I gotta do the dipstick tube to get the manifold off. Well, that's dumb. I was gonna laugh if that was the one to hold me up. Okay. Dipstick out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and put that back. Keep the gaskets up here. What? Oh, I was gonna say, why didn't that fit now? Dumb spark plug. Okay. Okay. Everything's back the way it was. Now you can kind of see that mount a little bit better, hopefully. And see how there's adjustability on there? I think if I move it forward. Well, first I got to tighten the motor mount down. I got to tighten that down all the way, but I lost the other side. So I guess before I do anything, I need to find the nut for the bolt on the driver's side. So wish me luck. Better look at that split manifold, or cracked, whatever, before I go throw it away, because it's garbage day and I don't need to save them. I know most people say don't ever throw anything away until you're done with the project. I'm throwing it away. Well, I can't find that bolt anywhere rather, so I'm gonna run to the hardware store and I guess we'll pick this back up tomorrow. So we had kind of a productive day, but not really. Well, I done fibbed to you. This is my setup. Got to overthinking it, and I was thinking, well, heck, if I loosen that up, I can just hook a ratchet strap right on there. And it worked. It pulled it over. So I need to go a little bit more. I'll set you up. You can tell me if it moves. Okay. Now, yep. See where we're at. Go off of this. Yep, 1.5 inches. So we're dead on now. Now I wonder what it did to my trans mount. I'll have to look at that. Well, it did a little for this. I mean, it still hits, but I wonder if I could bring the front end up just a little bit more to make it at a different angle. Then I could come in, you know. We'll see. But my lighting sucks because I shut the garage door because all the neighborhood kids are out running around and I don't want to listen to it because I'm an old crab ass. But if you can see it now, the drive shaft kicks that way just a little, and I don't know if that's going to be kosher or not. I'm going to have to look into that. I might have to find a happy medium, bring it back just a little to straighten it up. Alright, I went back and I found a happy medium, so I guess it doesn't look straight in the camera, but it is. I measured. So it's, now we're straight this way, 3 degrees this way, and we got a little bit of gap here. I can get a knuckle in, and on the other side I can get a little bit more than a knuckle, so something's not right, but I don't care. I'm done with it. It is what it is. I'm tired. I've been working on it all day. I'm pretty well done. So anyway, I like where it's at right now. The transmission mount, I fixed that because, well, I didn't fix it. It's still got to be redone. But when I shifted it over, it moved the placement. So now that I'm back, everything's kosher. And we're just going to leave it at that for now. And as I said a minute ago, I really am going to go in and shower. And we will deal with the rest of this tomorrow. I want to do some more on it because I want to start rebuilding that transmission. So I got to take that drive shaft over to the drive shaft guy and have him extend it. I don't know why I thought we'd have to shorten it, but I have to lengthen it. Then we'll go from there. All right, it's a new day. I had to stop this video that you're currently watching a little short to do the front clip video, which is the next video to come out. So I had to put the front clip on just to kind of see where everything aligns, and you guys will see that next week. But as of right now, we're just doing the mock-up. So let's continue. We already know that we're gonna need all new steering components. Newsflash, I just ordered all that stuff, like $2,500 worth of stuff. So we are gonna do all that. Sorry, there's people outside, it's weird. All right, so we're gonna do all that in another video, but we are ordering stuff to get this thing on the road. As of right now, mock-up's pretty much over. There's a couple things I want to show you with the steering system, and then we're gonna pull this motor and transmission, and I'll show you some other things that we gotta do on this truck yet. Okay, so for the steering, I went ahead and I ordered a whole new steering column, just because the way this is set up, it's going to be too tall. You're not going to have any kind of tilt, so I ordered one with tilt because I don't know my seating arrangement yet, but I can guarantee this one's going to be too tall no matter what. So as far as the steering shaft, I just ordered all new stuff with new universal joints and then a brace support. So steering we'll be fine with. So I think as of right now, we're going to go ahead and pull the engine out, and we'll tidy up a few things. There's the brackets for the next video. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and start pulling this thing out and see where that takes. Just like that, she's tore back down. Kind of sad. I like seeing it all together. Anyway, so not gonna make a video on it just because it's kind of been drug out enough, but I gotta buzz in a bunch of welds. I just gotta, like the running boards or tack weld in on both sides. I need to burn welds through them. I need to fix the trans mount, and I will show you how I did that in the assembly video. It's not going to be much different than that. I'm just going to square them up and weld them right. It is what it is. I mean, it'll work. And then we're going to paint the frame that flat black, and then yeah, I'm just going to go through from front to back, and everything we spot welded I'm going to burn in permanently. And then that's the only thing you guys will miss, because when it comes back time to assembly, I'll definitely show you guys all that. And the meantime, we got to start rebuilding a transmission and doing some stuff with the engine, and Lord knows we need to do some wiring. This thing is a hot mess express bad. So we're gonna get to doing all this. In the meantime, you got this video of the mock-up, which I needed, and then you got the video of the front clip, and then after that we will be rebuilding a transmission. So as always, I appreciate everybody stopping by, and I know that this is kind of drug out and the garage is dirty and bloody bloody bloody, but we're getting it. I'm gonna drive this thing soon, you watch. It's all gonna start coming together a little quicker once that transmission's done. So we got some stuff to do in the meantime. Just had a huge order of stuff that I put in for, so let's get to it. But like always, like, share, comment, subscribe if you would. It means a lot to me, and I will see you next Monday, 4 o'clock Mountain Time. Be there, be square. Adios.